12 is better than 6 is a top-down western shooter developed by Pinkapp Games and published by Pinkapp Games. I'm a pretty simple western story, but in the game it's actually written pretty damn decently, and I was really enjoying reading the dialogue. Even though a couple of sections, a couple of characters aren't all that interesting, others are really fun to listen to. It's pretty much a really enjoyable story. It's not the main focus. Blood, red blood, because that's something that indie games love to do. Black and white with red blood or other elements that are red. And in this game it's actually pretty effective, because when you're going around the level or seeing it from the top down, you can notice a couple of enemies, and when you shoot them, it becomes really bloody and really red, and you actually feel really satisfied. Every single kill feels powerful, especially because of the animation and the sound effects as well. And the graphics are really detailed. Some of the areas are really fun to explore, while others are a little bit too generic, and I did find them really repetitive during the entire game. There are basically 3 types of areas: the town area, the outdoor area, and the mine area, and there are just variants of those, but they are pretty good level, they are really well developed, and I did enjoy walking around them. The gameplay is pretty damn simple to explain. It's a western version of Hotline Miami. That's literally what this game is. It has action elements and it has stealth elements, and the stealth is actually pretty damn good. In the game you always have one weapon and a knife. The weapon can be a revolver, a rifle, a shotgun, or a bow and arrow. And you can also throw dynamite that makes enemies blow up. And also you can use the knife to silently kill enemies while you're undetected with just one hit. Or if you're out of ammunition, you can just try to stab everyone, but you will die with just one shot, just like in Hotline Miami, even though you can get different perks that will improve your character. For example, you can carry more ammunitions, you take now 2 or 3 shots before you die, and they do improve the entire gameplay and do make easier certain sections in the later game. Especially when you're replaying it, it's just easier to breeze through the levels trying to find every single hidden at that you can get. And the gameplay was really damn fun. I think you guys already know this, I love Hotline Miami, it's one of my favorite indie games of all time, and I also really loved the sequel. And this game just satisfied the itch that only Hotline Miami could satisfy. That repeat the level every time you die, run through it, just smash the attack button. And that's actually something that I really loved. Since we're in the Old West, you don't have automatic pistols, you don't have automatic rifles, you actually have to manually reload, you have to cock your gun. And to do that, you actually have to use the right mouse button. Every time you want to shoot, you have to hold right mouse button, so it aims, and then left mouse button to shoot. And every time that you finish your ammunitions, you can pick up another weapon from the enemy. And you can actually take the ammunitions from said weapon and take another weapon that is full of ammo, and you can just keep doing this until you have 24 bullets for your revolver, and you can get a fully nicely loaded revolver, and then you're good to go. It's a pretty weird concept, and in the beginning it was pretty rough, I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty damn hard. But after a while I got used to it, and in the end I was just going around the levels shooting every single bad guy that I could find, seeing them just explode in glorious blood. And it's just one of those adrenaline-fueled games that I really love. And if you like Hotline Miami, you're going to love this game. And just like in Hotline Miami, it's pretty damn challenging. You will die multiple times. And it's never all that frustrating, except in a couple of levels where I was just constantly dying over and over again, and it goes pretty damn intense. Otherwise, it was a pretty fun game, and I never really hated myself, and I never had to rage quit. But there is also the arena mode, and that is pretty damn impossible to me. I never got over this third wave, because otherwise it's a pretty damn good game and it's not going to make you hate yourself. You're not going to scream in rage because you're dying, because most of the times stealth is the best option to use. If you can stealth a level, do it. You just kill enemies with one hit and you can just keep stabbing them, and you're good to go. As with every good western, you need a good soundtrack, and well, this one doesn't have an Ennio Morricone-like soundtrack, it's a more upbeat soundtrack. It's a mixture really between the ones in Hotline Miami and a classic western soundtrack, and it's just pretty damn great. It's not perfect, it's not that amazing, but while playing the game it works pretty damn well, and the sound effects are glorious. Every single time you cock your revolver, you shoot your rifle, dynamite blows up, it's just pretty damn satisfying, and I love those sounds. There is also a lot of replayability with this game. There are perks that you can unlock, there are multiple Steam achievements to get, and there are also some repetitive tasks, like the game calls them, which means that in some levels you actually can do some bounty hunting missions, which means that you can actually play a certain level multiple times, trying to kill every single enemy and to get some money hidden in the level, to get more money so that you can actually buy the perks that you need. And that's a pretty interesting concept, because sometimes you just want to just keep playing the action, you just love shooting enemies and you love playing some of those levels, even though they do get repetitive after a while. But still, it's a pretty fun game to play, and you will replay it at least twice to get everything that you can. Overall, 12 is better than 6. It's a pretty damn great indie game. It's pretty simple, and if you like Hotline Miami, you're going to love the shit out of this one, especially if you love westerns like me. And this is one of the better western games I've played in a long time, since Westerado Double Barrel easily. And yes guys, I do recommend it quite a lot. It's actually on sale right now on Steam if you can get it, but it's also at full price, it's around $10, and I do think it's worth it, especially if you love westerns, if you love Hotline Miami, if you love top-down shooters, and if you love a challenging experience. Thanks for watching guys, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.